What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, True Boxing Fan, and this is actually a video response to Bruce Blitz, his video about Asians Stop the Racism. Let me first say, I'm gonna give a shout out. Bruce, I watch your channel a lot. You got some good shit. Um, do your research. You pretty, in my opinion, you're not biased. You kind of look at it like how I look at things. Tell it from both perspectives. Keep it level playing field. If one person is doing bullshit, call both. But basically, I want to comment on your subject about basically about Asians being racist. And I want to play devil's advocate for a minute. I'm going to talk about why I believe they do it, and I'm going to talk about more things. But basically, it's kind of like they're proud of their fighter. And I understand, they're proud of their fighter and it's giving an excuse to do what they do, but they're proud of him because they finally got one. It's kind of like, let me think of something. Okay, basically, not necessarily saying black, but okay, a group of people dominate a particular sport or whatever, venture or whatever it is, and they don't have one. And when they finally got one, they're proud of him. It's kind of like, rap music. Just be honest. Blacks dominate rap music. Almost every entry of any other race besides black that tried to enter in just didn't cut it. And then it was like Eminem popped up, and it was like white people. I got white friends and acquaintances, and they like, we got one. You finally have an elite, person on that level that can compete. That's either arguably better or just as good, but he can compete. That's how it is with them. It's kind of like like we finally have an athlete that can compete with you guys. It's like we got one. So I look at it. I look at it like this. They might not never have another fighter that can compete on that level in another 100 years. It only can be one. It usually only is one. Like when you have one white rapper that's good, it's usually just one. Or if you have like one, not being racist or anything, but like for instance, basketball, blacks dominated. Like Chris Rock said, 12% of the population, 90% of the Final Four. You get a white fighter or a white fighter or a baller that can ball good. He gonna get a lot of notoriety for that skill because it's not common. It's not to like I said, not to be racist or anything. We're bred different. It's a different breed. We're bred different. So when you have a white basketball player that can ball, that can come like to Rucker or something like that, or come to the D and can ball and keep up, he gonna get a lot of notoriety for that because it's like you're a rare breed. As far as black basketball players, it's kind of like it's like a birth. It's almost like a birthright. We learn how to ball or play some type of sport. So I don't get into them about that. But a lot of the racist stuff, like I said, I agree with you on. It's kind of like coward shit. You don't put a picture up, you don't put videos up, you just make accounts and talk. Because actually, when I go to a person, when I read comments or people comment on my videos, or I read racist comments, I'll click on their name and see what they look like and get a picture. And most of the time, it's that YouTube default picture. It's like coward. Just quit being scared. If you said it and you're a man, you meant it. So don't hide behind it. Just be real about it. But a lot of that stuff, like I said, that's what I think it really boils down to. That they have pride. They finally have a fighter. You have to also look over them. I know Casino said this in one of his videos. Most of them are just casual fans that just jumped on, not necessarily, just jumped on the bandwagon of boxing. They don't really know, both sides of it. They just know you got to realize a lot of people, and this just isn't in life and everything, they just go what they see. They might not even watch boxing, but from what they hear, word of mouth, about Pacquiao being great and bringing the sport back, and then they see highlight reels and they catch old fights, then they're like, oh shit, he's the best boxer, because that's all they hear. They don't know anything about the sports. So you gotta, we gotta look at it like that. But I feel like racism is pointless. Like you said, in the end, we're all the same. It's stupid, to hate a person because of their race or call a person a porch monkey. And I find it strange that It's like they have the audacity to call us porch monkeys and be disrespectful to us, and the grammar and syntax and how they write is just horrible. It's like it kind of takes, in my opinion, it kind of takes the sting out of it. It's like you can't even spell, and you can't even use the correct grammar, but you're trying to be disrespectful. It's kind of like a foreigner trying to cuss you out, but they don't even know the cuss words to use. So it's kind of funny rather than you get upset. That's how I look at a lot of these comments when I read these crazy ass. It's almost like they use Google Translator or something to translate it to English, and it's just all just screwed up. But you know, that's basically it, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you on that, but I just think it all boils down to they're finally glad that they have a fighter. It's like we have somebody, you know. So, peace out. That's all I want to talk about.